Welcome back, everybody. Well, you can see here, the rain started. We anticipated it. We got a bunch of loads of logs out to the gravel road, a load brought in, and we brought that home. We're gonna take the two front tires off, and I think we got tubes for them or something, and then we're gonna put a better tire on the other side. So we're gonna do that here. We're gonna unhook that trailer, bring the picker truck in here. I've got to fix the grapple. And yeah, it's supposed to be pretty nasty today, so hopefully we can get this done before the nasty gets here. Yeah. Other than that, that's about all I know. Really kind of sucks because, you know, here we got Tybo here to help us this week. We could have really got some logs out, you know. I could just stay in there and he'd keep them bucked up. But it is what it is. It's late October. The trees still got leaves on. I mean, it's bound to happen. But that's all I got for you right now. You'll just have to stick around. Those guys are feeding a bale of hay. And I'm waiting for them to get back so we can take a break.
Boys in the Woods is brought to you by
StickerWheels.com. Call 715-560-3929. StickerWheels.com.
Matthew!
Yeah.
Come here. See that?
What, that door?
No, that's not there.
Yeah.
Come here.
I have to make the door for the other side, and I'm hoping that this door is identical. Chicken started the process, but we were out of wire over the weekend, so I'm gonna do my best, and then I gotta work on the grapple on his log truck. They're gonna go switch out or take that trailer off so he can back up in here. Then we're gonna poke the grapple back and back the truck in there as far as we can, get it out of the rain, and I'm gonna get it fixed. But we're gonna start with this door. Oh yeah, it's the exact same. I just have to build it exactly like this because you just flip it over. Yeah, it's pretty oh. Yeah, and then for the other side you just flip it over. So it's identical. I just gotta get in here and get it together. So you can see he's already got the pattern cut out. I just got to figure out the right angle to make these hinges, which he's got some threaded pipe fittings, and then we're gonna match them up side by side and try to make them identical. The funny story about this box of wire is we needed wire. Rick had a roll. So we went and got it from him, and then Chicken replaced it and then bought us 2 rolls. I went through those 2 rolls, and luckily Rick had not got into this yet, so I was able to go out there and get that this morning, so we'll be able to weld. I'm using the existing door as my reference, and I'm trying to line up the same height, the same hinge points. You know, clamp this down to where it won't move. And then I'll open the door. We'll get this picker in here so I can weld on the grapple. He'll swing the grapple around and hold it up off the ground straight out, and then we'll back the truck in here so I can weld it in the dry. I just put a jack on it or something to keep it moving.
Do you want me to let it down?
Yeah, I'd like to have it sitting on something because I might have to weld the bottom of it.
Well, what are you going to fit it on?
I don't know. I didn't.
Have Tybo lay down.
It's cracked out pretty good. We'll grind those out real good, fill them back in with weld, put a couple beads over them, and hope it holds. I got the grapple done. Go back to working on this door. Tybo's gonna try to get the studs out of the wheels and get the wheels off on the tree saw. Our 3/4 gun wasn't touching it, so we borrowed an inch gun, battery powered, from our buddy Philip. Hoping you can get that in there.
Me too.
We're gonna see if it'll get them.
We'll see.
Got it reverse.
You. Oh, this thing's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think that moved. I could be wrong. Look, it moved.
Nice. See if it needs.
No. I got 7 out of 20.
You're almost halfway there. Oh yeah. Seems like it fits good, so I'm gonna weld the hinges up. I've got to be careful not to get them too hot to where they won't fit over those pins, but I gotta make them strong enough that they can take a beating. See if she won't fit.
Nope. Top one. There you go.
Good enough.
We just need to wire at them holes.
Yesterday I got the door done, painted her black. Kind of blends right in. Then we took the tires off. Both front ones. That brand new tire's leaking. I'm guessing they pinched a tube somewhere. But we're gonna get new tubes and a new tire on the front. And we brought, look at this one. This one was holding there. Now you know why there's a brand new one on the other side. They couldn't hold air no more. But it had the deal over the valve stem, but it was all bent up. So I cut it off, and then we went out to the Amish junk store, and we found some threading and a cap. I'm gonna cut that cap off and put a nut on it. But we got enough stuff. I'll have to cut this in half, I reckon. I don't know. But anyway, I'll keep you updated.
Boys in the Woods is brought to you by
Timber Sync, connecting timber buyers with timbered acres nationwide.
I'll get me a piece of angle iron right here, use as my guide. I'll bump it a little bit to get it right where I need it, to use the plasma cutter to cut this section of wheel off. After I knock this piece out, see if it fits back in there. Oh yeah, I'll be able to put it wherever I want it. I'm worried about getting the threaded pipe welded in there and messing up the shape, so I want to cut the cap and put it on the threaded pipe and weld on the inside of the threaded pipe. But I gotta get permission first. I mean, because I could tack it in there, but either way.
What are you gonna weld it?
Well, I just worry about messing up the shape or the threads with any heat. And I'm gonna push it again that side like that.
Where's the cap?
Right here.
Now what do you want to cut off?
Just the top. That way I can put it on there. Well, I was gonna
Well,
cut
need
it.
to cut it.
Yeah.
Even with that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
I don't either.
Wait, but even. Hurry up, me to try.
Well, then you can only be mad at one person that way.
Yeah, you for letting me do it. I guess it don't matter if it's a little crooked, because you're gonna have to get a flat piece of
Yeah.
metal to stand with.
I just thought about it would help that keep it shape, not mess the threads up. I better cool this off.
Probably. Watch. You're just gonna heat it up.
Yeah, I am.
Dumbass.
Get it. Don't you have something else to do?
Yeah.
Get to it. I let him cut the top of the cap off. That way he could only be mad at one person. I'm gonna thread it on here, set it where I need it, and weld the threaded part from the inside. That way I can hold it a little better. It won't lose its shape, won't mess up the threads. Should be good to go. Yeah. Whoa. Permanent. Oh, I'm still on grind. Still on grind. I love this helmet that you can switch it back and forth between weld and grind, except when I need to weld and it's still on grind. It's pretty bright, and it's a common theme. I'm gonna get it welded, keep checking the threads, make sure that it'll come off and on with the cap. Get it welded in there solid. So I've got this piece of metal. I'm gonna cut to go inside of that. I don't know if you can see, I painted the inside. I'm gonna try to cut it with a plasma cutter. Get it close enough to where it sits in there, maybe even flush with the top. Weld it and put a nut on it so you can run it on and off with a wrench or a gun or something. And then we'll put this piece back in the middle of that. I may have not had to cut it, but it looked like it was going to be awful close. We'll see.
Got the circle cut out. We'll put it inside the cap. Weld it up. After I get it tacked, I'll remove my magnets and we'll put a good bead on it. Got a good nut welded to it, we'll be able to run it on and off. Got the cap, the nut, everything's done. Now I gotta put that piece back in the wheel. We'll move it down a little bit so it doesn't create problems. Yeah, boy, now off to the tire shop.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back down here in the river bottoms. That rain last week kept us out. Did a bunch of working on stuff at home, as you seen. Still a little bit of mud holes here, so we're just gonna have to work around that. I don't know when we'll be able to get the truck in. It's kind of crusty, but there's some soft spots. And anywhere we've got ruts, like for the log truck, the tire tracks are still full of water, so we'll just have to see. But let's get in here and get to it.
Boys in the Woods is brought to you by
StickerWindows.com. Does your skidder need custom windows? Call 715-560-3929. StickerWindows.com.
Doing this clear cut, give me a chance to play some dominoes. Occasionally we still run into the hard leaner leaning the wrong way. You gotta make it go the right way. When you're cutting them all, you gotta pick the right order to cut them. This is the last one. We're gonna head back and get the tree saw ready to come back to the woods.
So we got the tires on. Had this new tire in one of the sheds. Might fix there. Well, just cutting all that little stuff. We don't want to uproot anything out there, so we really kind of need this out there to speed it up. We got to put this cylinder back in, and I guess we'll switch trailers and load it.
We got the flat trailer on. We got the cylinder back on. Both tires are on. We're going to load this sucker up and take it back to the woods in the morning. Get her chained down. We'll head to the timber first thing in the morning.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, we loaded it up last night. New tires, got the cylinder repacked and on. Get this thing out here, cut all this little stuff out of my way. It's the beginning of November, and we still have a lot of leaves on the trees. But it won't be long, they'll be hollering for firewood. And this thing is gonna produce a lot of firewood. And this job that we're on is, I mean, it's such a good combo. That's a lot of the reason Chicken bought this. Was because of these jobs we're getting into lately where we're doing land clearing. You know, we're getting a lot of firewood, and hopefully the firewood business starts taking off for us. Did you guys see that deer running up here? Maybe it won't jump over that woven wire fence. That ran up there. Anyway, we're gonna get out here, get this thing unloaded. He's gotta get all these little firewood trees out of the way so we can cut some big stuff, maybe get a load of logs today.
Boys in the Woods is brought to you by
Timber Sync, connecting timber buyers with timbered acres nationwide.
We've got a big hole in there all the way up to there. As you can see, it's muddy here, and I don't think it's gonna go away. So he's gonna go down there. Like I said about the levee, I think in the 93 floods, they pushed all the sand off here, is how they created that levee. Well, there's a big pile of sand all the way around the edge of this timber, where all these little trees that are 30 years old are growed out of that sand where they shoved it out of the field. Whatever they couldn't take that away, they pushed back this way. Well, he's gonna go down there and bust a hole so we don't have to drag these logs over the sand, get them covered in sand. And then we're gonna start working that away. He's getting a hole poked through there. See that hump? I mean, it's all the way around. I'm pretty sure they just shoved that sand off there, so it's all sand and like this cottonwood with a big thick bark. Man, it really picks that up. So he can take all day doing that as far as I'm concerned. Let's see if we can get in here and get something cut.
While he's making that hole in the sand hill, I'm gonna work on these cottonwoods right around where he's at. Never know when I might need a shove. All of these cottonwoods are grown out of the sand hill, so they've got to be at least younger than 1993. Because after the flood, they shoved all the sand out of the fields and created this hill where all these have grown. My guess is they're all about 33 years old. Or younger. This one I had ready for him to shove. I went to the pickup, and on my way back, he was pushing on it, but the wrong way. Pushing on it sideways. Holy moly, that got me.
Woo-wee. Got him.
Now these down in the hole, they could be a little older. A lot of them are bigger. My guess is they stopped pushing sand when they got to the bigger trees. The camera couldn't pick the audio up very good. He doesn't want to shut the skidder off. We're having starter troubles. But I can tell you what he's saying. He's like, Matt, you are the best I've ever seen. I think they should name chainsaws after you. It's incredible what you're able to do. I'm so glad that you work for me. You might be the best ever. And I'm like, oh, chicken, don't do this again. I swear, that's what really happened. No, we're talking about how we're going to push this tree and then the rest of the trees after it. Check this out, little walnut double in here.
All right, guys, got those ready. Guess this is gonna fall off. Well, this is a pretty hard leaning maple. I don't know if the camera does it justice or not. But I'm gonna put a hinge on it, just that way I can cut it without it exploding on me. Get the center cut out of it. Even if I gotta leave a huge trigger, because it looks like it's got a seam in it. We'll see if we can keep it from busting. See if we can keep it from getting hurt. So I didn't get all the way through it on this side. I'm just gonna cut down to it, and then I'm gonna cut my trigger off and let it go. But we was able to get it 90% of the way cut without any danger. And it was hollow to boot. See, the hinge is just there so I can cut it without it barber chair, and I can get the center of it cut out. It's basically just for safety at this point. I mean, there was no change in the direction of the fall without pushing on it or pulling on it with a cable. But I had the other trees ready, knocked them right where I wanted them, and I was clean and clear and gone before that thing ever left the stump. Yeah, boy! He's making a hole over there. Cut a bunch of dead ash. And then I'm gonna get up on that sand and cut them cottonwoods that'll fall in there. That's good firewood.
After I set up my shot, I tripped.
You didn't see nothing.
While he's working on the mash, I'm gonna work around the edge of the clearing, cutting what I can, using trees to knock other ones the direction I need them to go. This little one throwed a limb at me. Oh, yeah? Just for that, you get this.
See all them maple leaves over there on the ground? That's where I was. This is where he knocked down all them dead ash and everything. So I'm gonna cut any of these cottonwoods that'll fall in this hole he's made, and I imagine he's gonna go over there and get all the little stuff with a tree saw. Alright, I got that one hung up. I'm gonna see if I can knock it down with this big one.
Yeah, boy, got him. Got all these in his hole. He's gonna get them drug out. We're gonna call it a day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.